Hello, welcome back to my channel. Sorry that I was gone for so long. Life sucks and I had a lot of crazy health stuff that's still ongoing. In fact, one second please. I have chronic sinusitis, so I can't breathe. 32. I mean, I'm just really young and healthy, so. But anyway, hello. It's been so long since I've seen you. The last time I talked to you, I was still a wee babe, a 31-year-old, and now I'm a 32-year-old lady. Yeah, so my birthday was September 14th. I totally was like, oh, I'm gonna like vlog and like do something really fun, but instead I went on a like quarantine beach trip with some of my closest friends, and we stayed at my aunt's condo, and that's all we did. We cooked for each other and we laid on the beach and we read, and every single night we sang karaoke and we made friendship bracelets, and we just talked about BTS a lot because that's what we all have in common. I mean, mostly. But yeah, so that happened. I got diagnosed with narcolepsy. I don't remember if I had the diagnosis the last time I talked. And I also got diagnosed with obstructive sleep apnea, like the very lowest, mildest form, but that it was enough for them to be like, yeah, we're gonna need you to wear a CPAP. And I was like, but I'm 31, like why would I need a CPAP? So yeah, also I have horrible insomnia from the narcolepsy, so life's just really rough right now. You know, also we're in a pandemic and I'm just kind of sick of it and over it. I know everyone is, but like, whew, I thought I was like thriving. Like in the beginning I was like, I'm a freaking introvert. Like, what do I love being at home. It's not that I don't want to be here. I want my family to leave. Okay, I want to be here alone. So right now I am basically a homeschool teacher for a 6th grader. It's a freaking dope, if you were wondering. Do not recommend, but also do not recommend Corona. So, and then I have a completely crazy 2-year-old. She is the most hyper child. So yeah, that is what I have been doing. I haven't really been reading very much. It's hard to read when you're depressed, right? Am I right? Yeah, but I'm feeling, I don't even know if I'm feeling better so much as now I'm on stimulants for my narcolepsy, and so they give me like a little bit of energy. So yeah, I'm in my pajamas. I am getting ready for bed. I still have to take off my makeup, don't worry. I'm gonna sleep in this. And I wanted to talk about what I want to read this fall. So like September, October, November, things that I mean, it's so not even a big TBR, you guys, and I'm like sweating, but it's not even big. So yeah, I'm gonna go over this. I'm not going to discuss the ones that I'm still currently reading because I have another video that I actually filmed before this, but y'all voted for this one, so this is the one going up first. But I talk about what I'm currently reading there. So real quick, I'm just gonna show them. Sorry that the CPAP's out of frame, but the back scratcher is not. I am so classy, it's just mind-blowing. So yeah, I'm currently reading Kim Ji-young, born 1982, but I'm gonna finish it probably tomorrow. And then I'm also reading, not gonna finish tomorrow, so freaking big, The Empire of Gold by S.A. Chakraborty, which is the last book in the Daevabad trilogy. Yeah, so I'm not gonna talk about those. Okay, I want to talk about books that I am excited to read. I actually own all but one of these. And the one I don't own, I'm gonna buy. I thought about just like listening to it and like maybe I will, but I want to own this. I want to support this book. I want to support, you know, what the book stands for, and yeah, so I'm gonna buy it. And I guess I'll talk about that one first because I'm gonna have to remember to insert a picture. You're welcome editing me. and that is Just Mercy by Bryan Stevenson. You probably already know what that's about. It is, I think, a memoir, but it's definitely nonfiction, and it is about someone who was wrongly convicted, and the author is the attorney who takes his case. And yeah, I can't wait to read it. So let's get into the books that I bought or was gifted, because I did have a birthday, like I said. So yeah, first book that I am so freaking embarrassed that I haven't read yet, because this is, I guess, my #1 most anticipated book of 2020. I'm so freaking excited about it, and it's so freaking beautiful, and that is Transcendent Kingdom by Yajasi. Okay, I just want to say that I'm so impressed with Book of the Month's decision to include this like gold foiling kind of deal that's on like the normal version, because I was kind of bummed about getting the Book of the Month one, but I got a free book for my birthday for being a BFF, and I was like, well, you know, this is an adult hardcover. This is not, you know, a $12 book. I'm just gonna get it for free. And then I was pleasantly surprised by how freaking beautiful it is. So yeah, this is Yajasi's follow-up to her debut, which was Homegoing, which is in my top 5 favorite books of all time. And this one I don't really know that much about, honestly. I know that it's kind of based on her life experience. She has a Ghanaian family, and then they moved here, yeah, to Alabama. They moved to Huntsville. So yeah, it's about that, and I think it has a lot to do with like religion and maybe spirituality, and definitely with family. But I'm excited to read her immigrant story, because man, can she write that. She's just, oh, I love her. I want to meet her. She's so beautiful. Every time she does like an online event, I try to sign up to go and watch it. But yeah, very excited to read this. So short, I need to just do it. Next one is a book that I have owned since the day it came out, and I just have not had a freaking second to think about picking up a fantasy that wasn't David, because all I've been freaking reading, and those are really big books. And that is A Song of Wraiths and Ruin by Roseanne A. Brown. I love reading her tweets on Twitter. I think she's a funny, smart, and just intelligent person, and I want to read what she has, you know, to say. And I think this is the first in a series. I mean, it's 2020, it's the first in a series. It's a fantasy, and I'm just really excited. From what I have heard from my friends, they've really enjoyed it, which is very exciting. Like, but it's about a boy, I think his name's Malik, and to gain entrance into like the city, they had to like trade his sister for entrance, and the only way to get her back is to like kill a queen or something. And the princess, what's her name? Karina? Yeah, Karina. She's like really grief-stricken at the beginning of this novel, because her mother, the queen, has just died, and she is going to become the new queen, and she is not having that. She wants her mom, which, like, same, right? And so she's like, I'm gonna do this freaking spell ritual thing that brings my mom back to life, but in order to do that, I have to I think she has to kill a king or something like that. Yeah, like kill, like have the heart of a king or the blood of a king. And there's no king, but guess what? She's about to be a queen, and she can marry someone and kill them. So I'm pretty sure that is how Malik and Karina's paths cross, and what this whole book is about. And yeah, I freaking love young adult fantasy so much, and I am freaking here for this representation. And it's just so pretty. Green is like one of my all-time favorite colors since I was a kid. This green specifically, oh, it's just gorgeous. I love it, and the woman on the cover is freaking beautiful. So yeah, I'm really excited to read it. I love how quickly YA fantasy goes by. Y'all, I have to read. I have to read this fall. I have to beat this depression. I have to. Next book is another one I was actually really excited about, but I'm like not reading a genre that I'm like comfortable with. Like, it's not one that I would like normally choose ever. But number one, holy crap, this book is so freaking pretty. Like, I've been obsessed with the cover since they first teased it. And also it's short, and I'm also really impressed by this author on Twitter. She's also extremely intelligent and funny, and that is Mexican Gothic by Silvia Moreno Garcia, and it's also not very long, and it is exactly what it says. It takes place in Mexico, and I think it's about a girl named Noemi. Is that right? Yes. And she gets like a letter from a cousin, like seeming like kind of like scared or frantic. She needs her to come and like help her in this, like, I think it's like a mansion or something, in like remote, yes, in the remote like Mexican countryside. And it's like set in the past as far as I can remember. Yes, the 1950s. It's in an isolated like part of Mexico in like a mansion, and that's really all I need to know. I'm like, turn of the screw vibes. Like, yes, we are here for Henry James vibes, but like make it Mexican. So yes, God, look at this freaking cover though. Like, even if the book wasn't gonna be like good, the cover alone is beautiful. But I am really expecting to like it because other readers and reviewers that I like have similar tastes with have really enjoyed this book. So I'm extremely excited, and it's like fall, so spooky season, so bring it on. The next book is another book of the month that I got for my birthday. I had an extra credit, and this one just looked so good. I think I have like a thing for like Korean literature, and like either translated or like Korean American literature. I just enjoy it. And so I chose The Last Story of Mina Lee, and that is by Nancy Ju-Yeon Kim. And I don't really know that much about this except that the title character, Mina Lee, is actually, I think, like our main character's mother. And so I think, does she die? Is that right? Yes. She like suspiciously died, and so the main character, Margot, is kind of going through, you know, her things and learning about her and figuring out, you know, her life and her struggles, and like, you know, what she had to go through to come to another country and try to make a better life for her daughter. So I am always here for a mother-daughter story. I was incredibly close to my mom. I love my mom. I love learning things about my mom, especially now that she's gone. You know, it's very comforting. So I am very hopeful that I'm gonna enjoy this book too. Also, the font is like huge, so I don't think it's gonna take me very long either. Okay, this book, they like inflated the price because freaking Kim Namjoon was reading it, and then I guess Min Yoongi was reading it too, and freaking BTS in the Soup. So I had to pay more than I wanted to, but that's okay. I got a gift card for my birthday, and I really want to read this book, and that is Almond, and that is by Won Pyung Son, and I think this is translated as well. So it is translated from Korean to English by Joo-Soon Lee. Joo-Soon Lee. And I think in Korea this is actually like a young adult middle grade novel, and here it is marketed as an adult novel, so that's why it costs so much. But yeah, it is a story about is it a boy? Yes, a boy or a person whose name is Yin Jae. They're born with a brain condition called hypothermia, I don't know, but it makes it hard for him to feel emotions, like fear or anger. So yeah, it's about his 16th birthday and what happens when he, I guess, starts letting people in. And yeah, it's supposed to be like very endearing, and I've seen it compared to The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime, which is such a wonderful book. I loved that book. Funny story, when I first started the book club that I'm always referencing, oh man, 12 years ago, and I had the first book pick because I was like, I guess like the creator of it along with my best friend Jackie, and I chose The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime, and I think I gave it 4 or 5 stars. So anything compared to that, I love reading about people, especially kids and teenagers who are not neurotypical. I'm just fascinated by that because I'm just learning that we are all such interesting people, and I love to see how other people's minds work, and sometimes it's more similar to me than I realize. So I am very excited about this. Also, I just really like how colorful the cover is. Okay, this one I'm not really excited about. I almost bought this on release date, but like I said, I was like not reading in August, and I was like, Brittany, you cannot spend more money on books until you've read a book. So when I finally finished reading a book that I didn't buy, I was like, okay, you earned it, you can buy it now. And I've been just really anticipating this release since I finished the first one, like what, 2 years ago? Yeah, so I've just been talking about it without saying what it is. The book that I want to read this fall is Vicious Spirits by Kat Cho, and this is like a companion novel to Wicked Fox, which I don't think I really got that. I thought that it was like a continuation of Mi Young and Ji Hoon's story, but I guess it's like not so much. I think that they're in it, but it's a lot about the like side characters for the first novel. It's more about them, so like Somin and oh, and Junu, the Dokebi. I am very interested in that character. So yeah, but I just really like Kat Cho's writing. I really love seeing a modern like urban fantasy set in Seoul. We don't see that very much, and I just loved that about Wicked Fox. It was just like reading a freaking K-drama, which is such a wonderful thing to be compared to, in my opinion. I loved it. So yeah, really excited about this. I really anticipate just loving it anyway, as much as I loved Wicked Fox. But also, look how pretty this cover is. It looks like it's kind of a different style than the original one, but really, really pretty. Another kind of like spooky whatever vibe book for spooky season fall is one that I definitely hauled on here. It definitely has dust all over the cover, so please don't judge me when I hold this up. It's so pretty. I'm kind of ashamed that I don't know, like you're distracted by the dust. So that is the Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires by Grady Hendrix. Kind of a chunky one, but I just heard so many good things about Grady Hendrix in general. This book, as well as My Best Friend's Exorcism, which if I like this, I definitely am going to pick up for before fall's over or winter's over. But this just sounds so wonderful. Like, it sounds like just creepy enough and gross enough for it to work for me without it being too much, because I am just such a friggin' wimp. But yeah, it has a freaking book club in it where they deal with vampires, but also I think they deal with things like misogyny and just culture in the South. And I don't know, I've heard that Grady Hendrix actually writes women like exceedingly well, like, for a man. So I love this both with the book jacket and without. It's like a freaking public library book, and the color is, God, I love mint green. It's so good. But yeah, I bought this, paid full price for this from our local bookstore, so I need to freaking read it. instead of just sitting around. And like fall is definitely the perfect time for like a spooky read. The next two books are by the same author. He is who I consider to be my favorite fantasy author, probably like just my favorite author in general, and that's Brandon Sanderson. And the first book that I want to read this fall has been on my TBR since I read Mistborn. So that was, I mean, that was at 2013, 7 years ago probably. So yes, and the book that I want to read is Elantris, I don't know. But yeah, this is, I think, just a standalone, if I'm correct, standalone. And this is like the big floppy paperback edition, which is my absolute favorite book format ever to read. Like, God, if I could just bypass freaking hardbacks and get every single book in like a big floppy paperback that like stays open when you open it, that's what I would do. I love it. And yeah, my friend Sydney bought me this. We did like a book exchange kind of thing. We each gifted the other a couple things off our wish list, and this is one that she gave me, and I'm very excited because she really liked it. So yeah, it's not long for, I said it's like not that long, but it's like 500 pages, but for Brandon Sanderson it's not that long, and the font's pretty big. And yeah, I have faith that I'll be able to read it because his writing is just really easy to read and compelling, and God, he can write characters and magic systems and world building, and I mean, I guess all the things that you like in a fantasy. He's just the best at all of them. So yeah, Elantris, tell me how to say it. I was too lazy to look it up. Really want to. Whoa, 10,000 words of bonus content. Sorry, it says that on the cover. So are you telling me that? Okay, so crazy. There's extra stuff in here. I didn't even know that. Okay, and the last book that I absolutely for sure want to read. You know this is gonna change. Oh my God, I'm so bad at just adding books. But this is happening. This is happening. It's been on my list for like 7 years, and oh, I got that big floppy paperback edition I was talking about. Yeah, I gotta get this going because this is such a long freaking series, and each book is so long. So if you haven't figured it out, that is The Way of Kings by Brandon Sanderson, which is book 1 in the Stormlight Archive series. I am so excited. I have just heard nothing but amazing things. Like all of my favorite fantasy booktubers, they always have videos about it, and I can't watch them because then it'll get spoiled. So I'm just like really tired of not being able to be involved in those conversations. I want to talk about it. I really need to get into this. I know that it's going to be a really long series, so it's not like it's going to be completed before I have a chance to catch up, but like I said, I want to be a part of these conversations. I want to watch these like spoiler videos. I feel like I'm missing out on some like really good content. But yeah, those are all the books that I can think of off the top of my head. Just kidding, like I didn't put some like actual thought into this. I have way more books that I still need to read that are on my TBR, but they're not like priority as of right now. There will of course be 2 other book club books that I will have to add for November and I guess December. But other than that, these are the books that I am super duper excited about reading in the fall. So yeah, wow, it feels weird to be making videos again. You like have to get used to talking to yourself all over again and not feeling like a crazy person. But yeah, that is my cozy pajama fall TBR. Thank you for watching. Thank you for sticking around. I have more subscribers than I had when I left, which is crazy to me, but also I am really thankful and really love talking to you guys, and you have helped me get through like a lot of this really not fun stuff that I've been dealing with. And yeah, thank you for making this like a safe, happy place for me, and most people I think would agree. it really helps when things are not super great in real life and we're not feeling our best. So yeah, cheers to chronic neurological diseases that affect your entire life. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video and can deal with how much I talk and ramble, please feel free to give it a thumbs up. I would absolutely appreciate that. And if you're new and you haven't subscribed and for some reason the sound of my voice hasn't driven you insane, please subscribe. I would absolutely love to have you and to become friends and to talk about books and hear your opinions. So yeah, thank you guys for sticking around if you did. And I will absolutely talk to you guys soon because I already actually filmed the follow-up video, so I can promise that I will not be dipping out. But yeah, I hope you guys have like a wonderful end of September, beginning of October, and I hope it feels like autumn where you are, unless you're in the other part of the world, and I guess I hope it feels like spring. But yeah, I am annoying myself, so I will talk to you guys very soon. Until then, bye.